While you were out searching for Jifuya, we have received word from our shinobi allies. An Imperial airship has been sighted over Doman soil. Our visitor's objective remains unclear. It may be another attempt to recover Yotsuyu, or a prelude to invasion. Either way, the craft reportedly advances at speed and appears bound for Castrum Fluminus, and I mean to go there to ascertain their intent. If we run out in force, it will only end one way, so we shall keep our numbers to a minimum. Yugiri, Green, can I count on you? Yes, my lord. Yep, got my support. Alisena and I would fain play our part as well. We will not stand idly by while a common foe threatens the lands of our friends and allies. We will be glad of the help. You are acquainted with Hakuro, I believe, and I bid you seek him out and assist in maintaining order in the Enclave. Oh, damn it.
Oof.
When people see an Imperial airship, they are liable to panic. I would have you reassure them, and should come to it, aid in their evacuation. Very well, we shall depart at once. Do take care. What of me, my lord? The Empire may well be after Yotsuyu. You are to remain here and guard her until my return. As you wish. Pray stay close to Green and Yukiri. Well, well. Guard duty and not a breath of protest. Now I have seen it all. To Castrum Fluminus then. Let us find out what the Empire's game is. The area is secure. Whatever our visit or purpose, they plainly believe they can achieve it alone. The craft should come into view at any moment. Let us await them inside the castrum.
A smoke signal? Thoughts, Yugiri?
In former times, such signals were used to announce the coming of an emissary of peace. In Doma, at least. But could that truly be their intent?
Who can say? Whatever they want, we cannot simply blast them out of the sky. Not when they were so gracious as to honor one of our cherished traditions. I would not have it said that we Domans want for propriety.
Then I shall go and reconnoiter.
Nay, that won't be necessary. We will meet them openly. I would welcome this student of Doman history in person, whomsoever he or she may be.
Hello?
Hi, how you doing? Oh, hey, Aussie, how you doing?
As you wish, my lord. I shall arrange for a signal of
So,
our
I
own
guess
to be
you should
fired
do.
in
I
answer.
did. Later.
Well, that we should be received by the Lord of Doma himself.
I met this guy for 5 seconds and he already seems like an asshole.
I but afford an emissary of peace the courtesy he is due. Welcome to Doma, my lord.
Ah, where are my manners? I am Asahi Sus Brutus, Ambassador Plenipotentiary of Garlemald.
He is heir to the Naiuri clan and Yotsuyu's stepbrother.
Ah, that does not seem... That's definitely a red flag.
It seems I need not introduce myself, not in the presence of the famed Yugiri Mistwalker. Your skills as a shinobi are known far and wide, my lady.
If you're well known far and wide as a shinobi, does that really mean you're doing a good job or a bad job?
It is true. The former acting viceroy is my sister. Yet, bonds of kinship aside, we have precious little in common. As will soon become plain, I come not to sow strife, but to end it. I am of the Populares, a collective which represents the interests of the common man. Long have we labored to bring about reform to the Empire's provincial policy. Happily for us, our master acknowledges the need for change. Indeed, His Radiance, Emperor Varys Zos Galvus, personally sanctioned this mission, granting me the authority to speak with his voice. To negotiate peace with Doma.
Well then, we have much to discuss. Will you accompany me to my hall?
Gladly, my lord.
I feel like this guy's definitely going to be an asshole and a pain in our butt.
Yep. Oh, hey, look at a point.
Oh, where?
Where I'm at.
Oh, I think I might have been there. I'll have to go there. Are we going there next, or?
In the general direction, yes.
Okay.
I also have to grab chicken.
Ooh. We shall escort our guests across the river to the Enclave. Yugiri, pray go on ahead to the Yuzuka Manor docks and see that ferries are ready. Lord Yen and I will accompany the Imperial delegation on the first ferry. When you are ready, speak with the boatmen and join us on the other side. There you are, Green. So first things first, what do you think of the Enclave? I must say I'm quite proud of what my countrymen have accomplished in the time. We even have an Aetherite now, courtesy of the Onishishu. Be sure to attune to it, would you? Once it has a Warrior of Light seal of approval, people might actually start using the thing. Already done. But on to the matter at hand. The Ambassador and his retinue are at my hall, taking their ease ahead of the negotiations. I want you there when the talking starts. It will serve to send a message to the Empire that Eorzea and Doma stand united. I am not normally one for hollow posturing, but in this game of nations, such gestures carry weight. Oh, and you should you feel uneasy about speaking for the Scions, Alphinaud and Alice will also be there. You need only eat, drink, and look imposing. Say you'll come. Oh, very well. It promised to be a dull affair, to be sure, but you have survived far worse. When you are ready, come and join me at my humble abode, the Kiankan. The gods men will see you in.
On behalf of my delegation, I offer you my humblest thanks. Never did I imagine that I would meet the
I've
gallant
returned with
and
Popeyes.
noble Lord of Dorma
Welcome back.
himself.
When
nor
is
be
Popeyes
welcomed
gonna
into his
sponsor us?
magnificent hall.
Who knows?
You'll forgive me if we forgo the pleasantries.
Popeyes
You
doesn't
say you
sponsor
are
us, and I'm
come
gonna give
to
a really mean
negotiate
review.
Peace. Unless I am mistaken, such negotiations are typically conducted between sovereign nations. I was not aware that the Emperor had recognized Doma's sovereignty.
His Radiance has yet to do so, that much is true. Know, however, that he has expressed willingness to cede Doma to her ancestral masters and treat with her as a friend. Since the days of Emperor Solus, the Empire has aggressively expanded its territory. While you may not agree with our founding father's policy of expansion, I believe there is room for discussion on the matter of his lifelong goal, to rid the world of icons.
Icons, you say? Tell me more.
Icons are a blight upon this star. They cannot be suffered to exist. This you know as well as we. In his wisdom, Emperor Varus wishes to explore the possibility of an alliance to combat this common threat. On the condition that Dorma renounces summoning and pledges to police the Korgin's practice of it, his Radiance would extend the hand of friendship.
Doma has never shown any appetite for summoning, and it should go without saying that we will address any threat to our people, icon or otherwise. With regard to the Korjin, I must stress that they only resorted to summoning under extreme provocation. When the Ruby Sea was at peace and their sacred relics safe, they looked not to their kami for protection.
Wrong kind of icons.
Yet even now, there are certain parties who would destabilize the region with ill-conceived military forays. Unless they alter their course, we cannot hope to be rid of icons.
Quite. I can but apologize. In seeking to eliminate icons, the Empire creates them. 'Tis an irony among ironies, one with which the people of Eorzea are well acquainted, I am told.
Indeed. Many summonings are the result of persecution, the weak being driven to call upon the divine for deliverance from the strong. So it was in Alamigo, the bitter fruit of Garlean oppression.
A tragic state of affairs. If we are to put an end to summoning once and for all, it shall not be through might, but harmony. Yet we continue to repeat our mistakes, oblivious to the lessons of history. My comrades and I would change all that. We, Populares, have campaigned long and hard for a shift in imperial policy. And at last, the Emperor has seen fit to lend us an ear.
But what's the catch, though?
Alas, there is a faction within Garlemald that would obstruct our every attempt at reform. A collection of pure-blooded Garleans who seek to consolidate their own supremacy. The Optimates. Lest you wonder, Theirs was the hand that loosed our forces on the Confederacy. 'Twas a regrettable incident, one that flies in the face of everything we believe. And I swear to do all in my power to prevent a reoccurrence.
That would be most welcome. But if I may speak plain, if the Empire itself is not of one mind, how can we be certain that any peace we negotiate will be honored?
I cannot blame you for doubting us. Indeed, I should find it strange if you did not. And so, in the name of building trust, I would like to make a proposal. A prisoner exchange. Under Garlean rule, no few Dormans were conscripted into the Imperial Army. We would repatriate them in return for those of ours you captured in the recent conflict. Naturally, any exchange would include the acting Viceroy.
Yotsuyu? What makes you think we have her?
Forgive me, my lord. Was it not your wish to speak plain? Let us not play games. I desire only to work to our mutual benefit. The Optimates tried and failed to take my sister by force. I would succeed by peaceable means, thereby strengthening my party's hand. 'Twould be a lie to say I would not also be glad of my sister's safe return.
A fellow plain speaker. How refreshing. Very well. Your proposal has merit, but I will need time to consider it.
Of course, my lord. May we remain in Dorma until you have come to a decision?
You shall be our honored guests. Yugiri, I leave the ambassador and his retinue in your care. See that they are well looked after.
You have our gratitude, Lord Hien. We shall look forward to your answer.
Well, that was unexpected. You can say that again. I still don't know quite what to make of it all. But on the surface, a prisoner exchange does seem like a good way to begin. The question is, can they be trusted? They are not to gain by divulging the details of their internal divisions. As it stands, we have no reason to doubt them. But the ambassador's mention of Yotsuyu left me ill at ease. It made his grand talk of peace seem uncannily like a lengthy preamble. You think this all might be a ruse to facilitate a retrieval? Perhaps, though I cannot fathom why they would go to such lengths. Yotsuyu may have been the acting viceroy, but she is not Garlean, nor even highborn. The value must presumably lie in what she knows. Okay, I get that joke. Which brings us to the little matter of her memory loss. In her present condition, she would not yield any worthwhile intelligence, nor is she worth much as a bargaining piece. Alphinaud, you are well acquainted with the Empire's methods. I would have your thoughts on this matter. My knowledge is at your disposal, Lord Hien. While the ambassador's proposal is appealing in principle, it would be remiss of us not to give due scrutiny. Indeed, though it seems to me I have little choice but to accept regardless. With so many of our brothers and sisters languishing in imperial camps, I cannot well turn my back on the chance to secure their repatriation. Only the Kami know when I will be afforded another. But ere we continue, shall we excuse these two? I fear what follows will bore them to tears. I was just about to show myself out as it happens. Come on, Green. Let's leave Alphino to dispense with his copious knowledge. Someone is still sore from being made to watch at Sakazuki. Go on and keep Alice company. We are safe enough for now. I mean, the wind-up minions specifically say that Alice is now 20% more recognizable from Alphinode. I'm pretty sure I have that one. Yeah, there it is. Now 120% more discernible for a wind-up Alphinode minion. After finding out she could simply not tell her wind-up Alice and Alphinode automata apart, Atara went about modifying the former's garments, creating something both new and bold, all while keeping manufacturing costs at an absolute minimum. Chance to relax at last. I know when I'm out of my depth, Green. Though no weapons can be drawn, negotiation is no less a battle, and the stakes can be every bit as high. One misplaced word and people could die. It takes someone with a cool head, and I'll be the first to admit that's not me. So we're left with the eternal question. What to do what they prattle on? Alright, for want of a better suggestion, what say you to a brief tour of the newly liberated Doma? I'd be interested to hear how the people are faring in their own words, and it's not as will we be missed here. Or will we? Not unless if a primal is summoned anytime soon nearby. Green, a moment if you would. Ah, Yugiri and Asahi, was it? You have some business with Green? Business? No, pleasure, my lady. I merely wish to exchange a few words with the famed slayer of gods and champion of Eorzea. It's truly an honor. It's been 2 cutscenes ago and I already forgot his voice. Such heartfelt admiration. One could almost forget that you're an envoy of the Empire. Oh, is that so strange? We may have stood on opposing sides in the past, but I see no contradiction in lauding the man who would do battle with our common enemy. And lest you forget, this is my homeland. It would be remiss of me not to at least thank him for containing the threat posed by the Kojin's vile icon. Now, if I may continue, as we speak, Lord Yen debilitates over my proposal, and I would take time to see the land I once called home. Though Lady Yugiri is certain to be a jovial escort, the excursion would be all the more enjoyable for your company, and safer besides. The ambassador has a right of it. He's not like to come to harm with you at his side. Will you join us? I suppose I don't have a choice. I guess it'll be my pleasure. In that case, I shall join you as well. There's naught else to do until Lord Hien has reached his decision, and I can think of no finer way to learn about the current state of Doma. It's settled then. The 4 of us shall make a brief excursion to Yangxia. Might we start the town of Monzen? I would see what has become of Doma Castle. Well, it's a flooded mess. Probably. Very well, if you'll follow me. Assuming they got the debris cleared out. Nay, can this truly be Monzen, home to the cream of Doma's samurai? I had heard that Yotsuyu intended to send some few of our automata here, but only by way of warning. It should not have come to this. Indeed, her savagery served only to incense the people and spur them to rise up in protest. It was folly to think such methods of governments could ever prove effective. The sooner we can begin to make amends for this senseless destruction, the better. Securing supplies and support for the reconstruction effort should not prove difficult, once our nations are formally at peace, of course. Yes, of course. If you would have a better view of what remains of the castle, we must proceed through the ruins. It is a travesty, a travesty! Remember the thing, keep being so beautiful in the light of the setting sun. One would swear there was a flame. It is indeed a doleful spectacle. Mayhap we will rebuild it one day, when we have finished helping our people rebuild their lives. Spoken like a true popularis, though needs of the people must of course come first. Speaking of whom, would you be opposed to seeing how they live firsthand? The village of... Opposed to my seeing of how they live firsthand? The village of Namai is but a short journey from here, if I'm not mistaken. By river, yes. You will if you will follow me, I will ready our boat. Ready to cast off?
Get back! I'm warning you!
Someone's in trouble.
Oh, not these guys again.
Are you all right?
Hi.
What do they want with you?
Yuki, and you lot too.
I am back. Sorry about
I
that.
don't know. We were
Welcome back.
returning from the Enclave when they came at us.
I've also been pointed phone calls lately that are very unscheduled.
Oh no. I don't think they're really heroes, though.
It seems they won't go quietly.
And neither will we. Away with you!
It is nothing. Leave this to me.
No fool!
And opening.
I have you!
Why do they just always go for the civilians?
The art of my forebears.
That seems to be the last of them. You have nothing to fear, child. You are safe now.
Yeah, I still don't trust this guy.
Thank you, sir.
You saved us again. Thank you. If you're ever passing by our village, look us up. You'll always be welcome.
Thank goodness we arrived when we did.
Indeed. But what could have prompted the Red Kojin to stray so far from the Ruby Sea?
I presume these are the sellswords hired by Yotsuyu. If so, the answer is simple. Desperation. Bereft of imperial employment, they seek other means to line their coin purses. Another sad legacy of the Empire's mismanagement.
The Empire to which you have sworn allegiance.
Must you always be so pointed? If we are to bring about lasting change, we must look beyond narrow allegiances. You have every right to doubt me, but in time, I hope you will come to see that we share a common goal. You and yours have fought fiercely to change the Empire from without, but if we are to end the cycle of conflict, the Empire must change from within. Am I wrong?
Not about that. True reform can only come from within.
I knew you would understand. You have witnessed such change firsthand, after all, during your time in Ishgard.
And recently from Old Ah. Wait, how do you know about what happened with me in Ishgard? Is it that famous of a story already? Ugh. Dear me. I'd hoped to convey my views on our nation's shared hopes under more peaceful circumstances. Yet this regrettable little interlude did afford me a chance to see the famed hero of Eorzea in action, and few Imperial soldiers can say that. At least few who live to tell the tale.